Hey guys, it's Maymay, and it is time for another Christmas gift idea using your stash to make it. Now, you guys have asked me so many times, I don't even know how many times in the past, I don't know, probably 5 years to make one of these legal pad covers, and I've never gotten around to it, and this time I have, because I think it's a great gift, and I hope you guys really like it. Now, I went online, I went out to YouTube and watched a lot of different videos, and I'm kind of pulling some of what everybody did in together and gonna make one of our own. The biggest thing I'm doing that I didn't see I don't think I saw anybody do this, but somebody probably did, is I'm adding a firm back to it. I didn't want it to just be cardstock, which I saw a lot of people do, because I wanted this to be firm enough, you know, to last for a while, because this is really cool. Here's what it is in case you've never seen it. There's a little legal pad in here, a little cover for it. This is a pocket. So that's how I'm doing it. The big thing I think is I'm adding that cardboard back. Okay, so let's make this dude. Super easy, right? But you're going to ask me, I already know, because I agree. The paper collection that I'm using is adorable, and I'm just going to show you super fast. And what I'll do, if you want to see the paper flipped through, if you'll stick around to the end of the video, I'll come back and flip through the paper if you want to see it. Look at this. This is the Fashionista line, and it is by Danny Mogstad and Echo Park. And this is the solid color paper pack. So this is the coordinating solid color pack. They're 12 by 12. You get 6 in there. But this, look at that beautiful stuff. This is the Fashionista pack, and this is the stickers on the back. That's the pack I'm going to use. Again, I will flip through at the end of the video. If you'll stick around to the end, I'll open that pack so we can flip through it. There's a 6x6 pad, a stamp set, and probably some more goodies coming in this line. I think this is really cute. Okay, so let's get started. The first thing, I went to Dollar General because that's the closest little store to me, and I just wanted to run and pick some of these up. These come 3 for $1 in a pack. Okay, so what I did was I bought this little pack, and I took one of them out and I measured it. The reason I'm going to have to show you this part is you may not be able to find exactly this size legal pad. I'm going to tell you what size my legal pad is, and I'm going to give you the measurements I used in case you can find these. But if you can't, I'm going to show you how to get your own measurements. So here's what I did. I measured the top of my legal pad. This one is 8 1/8 of an inch tall. Okay, and the width on this one is 5. It's slightly over 5 inches, but I'm going with 5 so I can have an even number and not have too much overhang. So 8 1/8 by 5 is the size of this guy, again from Dollar General. Now, for my cardboard base, I decided I wanted it to be the same size as the legal pad, with the exception of this edge that hangs over where the pen lives. I wanted this to be 1 inch wide. So I cut my cardboard backer the same size as the legal pad, plus 1 inch on one side. So it looks like this, see? So if you're going to make the same thing, just kind of use that as your guide, and you'll know. You just need 1 inch, and you'll be able to make this dude. All right. For the cardboard part, here's what I decided to do. I decided to cover it almost like we were making a mini album cover. You know how we do with cardboard or mat board, and we cover around it? That's what I decided to do. So the first thing I'm going to do is stick this to this. Now, as I do that, I want to talk to you about the cardboard that I'm using. Also, I'm going to use sticky tape for this because I just find that it makes things go faster, and I find that I get less warping or anything on a book like this. But I would be perfectly fine using my art glitter glue. I just know that I have to use less art glitter glue. Less is more. Don't pour the glue on. But I'm going to use a lot of sticky tape in this one. And I'm going to use 3 different sizes of sticky tape. You'll see as we go. For the cardboard, here's what I did. I recycle cardboard a lot. Like I will grab, if something's fixing to go in the trash, I will grab it because I think, wait, I can use that cardboard. So this is something that I recycled. It's pretty thick. I don't know where exactly it came from. It came either from a box or an insert of a box or something like that. But you could totally do this with just plain old cardboard, because the point behind it is just to make it a little thicker so I have a sturdier base. But if you watch some YouTube videos that are out there, just do a search for legal pad covers, you'll see most people don't even do this part. They just use the cardstock. I just wanted it to be a little sturdier. Okay. So I'm going to give you the measurements in the blog post for what I'm using for all these pieces. But for now, I'm just going to cover these so you can see how it goes. All right, so don't stress about measurements. I'll have those for you. This guy is going to get centered on this piece, just like so. And in the standard way that I like to cover my mini album covers, I'm going to take my bone folder, or actually this is my embossing tool, and you could do this with a bone folder. Let's do that. I'm going to take my bone folder and I'm going to just slide it around the edge just to help this paper bend. We're not to that point yet, but I'm just pushing the bone folder up against the chipboard or the cardboard and just getting it started. Then I'm going to go back and put my adhesive on now. I find that it's easier. So this one I'm using my second width of adhesive. This one is the 8mm adhesive. This is the wider of the thinner ones we have. That sounds crazy, but it is the wider of the thinner. And I'm going to put this onto the edge, and then I know that my adhesive is where it needs to be because I can see from this side. Get that down in there. Flip this guy around and keep going. I'm not worried about the corners. If you notice, I'm kind of putting the adhesive inside of the corner pieces, and I'll show you why in a second. We're going to miter that so we don't have a lot of bulk to deal with. So you don't have to go all the way out to the edge. Just give yourself some good adhesive. Also, another thing, this is going to get more adhesive on top of it in a little bit, so don't go too crazy. Just get it to stay over there good. All right, I like to use the edge of an acrylic block because they're nice and thick, and I can grab it with my hands easy and lay that down to do the tearing of the tape. Okay, to our corners, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to come out a good 1/8 of an inch, a healthy 1/8 of an inch from this chipboard. You see what I'm saying? I'm coming out a good 1/8 of an inch and doing a mitered cut. The reason I'm doing this is if you don't come out a healthy amount, and that was probably too much. Let me come back in just a little bit there. If you don't go out a healthy amount, you will have cardboard showing. Now, that is not the end of the world, and I'll tell you why. On my sample that I showed you, I had some cardboard showing, and I bet you didn't even notice it. I will go back and show you, but you probably did not notice it when I showed it to you, and most people wouldn't notice it anyway. Let me get that sample and show you, because now you're going to be curious. Here in the corner, I didn't quite get it where it needed to be. See it? You can see it right there. But I don't think anybody's gonna say, ooh, I don't want this gift because of that. All right, so now I'm going to take this guy. And what I like to do, since I've made that little score mark on my bone folder, is use my table to help me bend these guys and get them going. Just like this. And then I'm going to peel away the backer and adhere these down. And you can do them now. You don't have to take them all off at one time. I'm just going to go ahead, and I just kind of use the heat of my finger to help wrap that around. And for me, that gets it really nice and smooth. Take this guy and wrap it around. And this one I did much better this time. I don't have any cardboard showing. Good deal. I had to leave a little more than I did last time. So a good 1/8 of an inch distance there to cover that. But doing the miter keeps you from having to deal with any of the bulk from the corners, and that is really the way to go. Covered just like so. This is the back of our book. So we're done with that for now. We move it out of the way. Now we're going to make the cover and the pen holder for the book. So this piece, and I'll go ahead and tell you the size of this one. This one is 8 by 7. So it's 7 tall, 8 wide, and we're going to need a scoreboard for it. So with this piece in your scoreboard on the 7-inch side, okay, 8 is the height of your book. You want the width of the book here. Here's where you're going to score. You're going to score at 1/2 inch. You're going to score at 1.5 inch, and then 2. It is that easy. That's your score marks. 1/2 inch, 1.5, and 2. And this is going to build the spine of our legal pad and our pen holder. Okay. I want to do a little explaining. This piece here, for me, is because I didn't want a raw edge right here. You might like the look of the raw edge on there like that, just the clean edge. What I want is to bend that down and have a thicker edge. You'll see that in just a second. So I brought the book over because I want to show you this. This is the pen holder, okay? We're fixing to make this section now. So here is my pen. I'm going to show you how I did this. The first thing I did was I folded the second score line down. So you're going to fold the second score line back. We're not going to worry about that first one just now. It's just going to be there. Then, if I can get hold of it, I'm going to crease this down just like this to get it nice and flat. And then I took my book See what we're making here? This is the edge. And I decided where I wanted my pen to live. So this is the edge of the book, okay? And I want my pen to feel centered from the bottom to the top. I'm not going to measure it and worry about it being perfect, but I want it to feel centered. Now, that means I want my pen holder to live right in here where the little flap is, the little piece that catches on the pocket. I want that to be where the pen holder is. So here's what I did. I took a pencil, just like this, and I can see where my little piece is. So I'm going to put a mark at the top of that piece, and then a mark here at the bottom, close to the bottom. It kind of overlaps it. And then I know that's the width I need to hold my pen in place. Now, do not worry about the underneath. We're not worried about that. It won't matter. But on the top, here's what you're going to do. At that pencil mark, you're going to snip up to your first score line. And at the bottom, you're going to snip up to that first score line. Don't cross the score line. Get right at the score line. And that is going to be what makes our pen holder. I know it seems like it won't, but it will, I promise. Okay. Now what we're going to do is stick this free edge down. Remember, this one is just for looks and it's just for me. And if you guys don't need this, you don't have to do it. But I just didn't want a raw edge of paper. I want it to have a fold and be clean like that. So this one is for me. So I'm going to stick this down. Just using some more sticky tape. I'm going to run that all the way down. It's also good for stability. You know, anytime you double up paper, you make things better. You make them thicker and fuller and more substantial. And back to the pokey tool and peel this off. Peel the backer off. And then I'm just going to fold this down. So that's really just to get that out of my way. All right. Then what I need to do is I need to fold the second score line forward, like so, and the third score line away from me, like this. Now you're saying, but your pen holder's not sticking out. Well, we're going to make it stick out. We're going to grab it now, and we're going to push it forward as we push out. And what happens is it reveals that pen holder. See? Isn't that cool? And then this guy will live right in here. And we've measured, so we know it's right. And see how it's in the right spot? That's what we're looking for. Easy enough. Okay. Now this can get glued to our backer. And here's how I'm going to do it. I'm going to put adhesive on this section, the thicker section. We're not going to put it on this piece. It's going to be a free edge. So we're going to put it on the thicker section all the way from the edge to the center. I'll show you what we're going to do. I'm going to use my thicker sticky tape again. And I'm going to start at one end. And I'm going to avoid the pen section. So I'm going to take some sticky tape and put it above the pen. Okay. And then I'm going to come below it and run this all the way down. And then cut it at the bottom. Perfect. So this is then ready, once we release this backer, to go to the edge of our bait, of our legal pad base. I couldn't think what I was trying to make there. All right, peel this off. I'll bring my cardboard back over. And then to one edge, we'll line this up. It doesn't matter which edge, they're the same at this point. I'm going to get that nice and neat right to the edge. And then press that into place. So now it's ready for the legal pad. How easy is that, right? It looks complicated, but it's not. And the legal pad is going to cover all this up. The only place you'll have a little bit of raw cardboard showing is under the pen, and you can totally hide that if you want by just putting a little piece of paper under there, but I just didn't stress about it. All right, let's go back to our legal pad. So it's going to live here. Isn't that cool how that's just going to lay right in there just like that? Okay, we need to cover our legal pad as well. So let's do that real quick. This is the same paper that I've been using. I'm just going to use the underneath side for this so that I get a little bit of contrast of color in there. So instead of having all dark green, I'll have a little light green. I am going to score it in one place, only one place. I'll show you where. So I told you my legal pad is 8 plus 1/8 of an inch tall, and that's where I'm going to score this. I'm going to score this at 8 1/8 of an inch, only in one place. That is because I want to get a good bend around the top of my legal pad, and having that score line will help me do that. The rest of it, because these are so uneven all the time, even if I measure it now, I might not get it perfect and I might not be able to score in that spot. This won't matter. Once I get this stuck down and bend it over, it'll be fine, but I wanted the top to be nice and clean. So I'm going to go ahead and fold this down and crease it. When you're making this at home, it'll make sense. Because this is kind of a glued edge, it's kind of bubbly and it's not exactly perfect. You just want it to look good and clean from the front, and the rest will be hidden when you tape it all down. So you have some options as far as gluing the top down. You can lay this on here like this, wrap it around, adhere it at the top and the back, and not adhere this part so it opens all the way up. You can do that. Or you can adhere this whole piece down and put a bend in your flap so it only opens to where the legal pad actually is. Let me show you, because you might not have noticed this either. I actually made this one glued all the way down. I did a little score line, so now when this one opens, it hides everything but the legal pad itself. So that other little flap is completely gone, but you really don't notice it on the top. You might think you would, but you don't. So that's how I'm going to do mine. All right, so let's put our tape on. So at the top here, I'm going to run a whole piece of sticky tape, just like this. On the back side, I'm going to run a thin piece at this top section. And by the way, when I cut my flap, what I did to get the length of the flap was I measured the height of the legal pad and I added 1 inch. Because as long as I had the height right, everything else will wrap over and I don't have to really stress about that. I also added a piece of tape here. This one I told you I was going to be using a whole bunch of different widths of tape. This is my thinner tape. And I just thought it would be nice to have a little extra protection at the top. I'm just going to run this across the tippy top here, so I have plenty of adhesive. All right, so I'm going to start by pulling this one away, this top one. And here's what I have discovered. Pick this up, pick this piece up, line them up at the bottom, get them where you want them at the bottom there, okay? And then just lay that into place and you'll get a nice clean layover like this. And then we can open this up and get in here and take these other pieces out and wrap it around. This is really not hard. It's several steps, but it's not hard to do. All right, I'm gonna glue that topper, and then I'm just gonna wrap this over, and wherever it ends up, and we get a nice clean top. Isn't that nice? Okay, this piece, if we want to, we can go ahead and mat it. And I've already picked the piece I want to go on top of here. I'm matting it because I want it to be a little stable. In my last one, I used floral, but in this one, I'm just going to use a solid color. And I love how this looks here. And I've got another piece to go on it too. So I'm going to go ahead and mat it before I put it in the book. So here I decided to use some art glitter glue. I'm using my fine metal tip because I need it, because I'll overuse it if I don't on these projects. So see how little bit of glue? Little bit, okay? Not much, and this glue sticks. The only thing is, when you use a little bit of glue, it dries super fast, so you got to get it into place as quick as you can, okay? So there is the mat for our inside. This guy is ready to glue inside of our piece that we've created. So I'm going to bring him over, and I use sticky tape to stick him down. So on the back, I just ran it with sticky tape. This particular tape that I use all the time is super sticky, okay? So if you've ever bought like a store-bought pad like this or something, you'll notice they don't use like glue all over the whole section of the back. They just kind of use 1 or 2 pieces. And because of that, I'm kind of taking that as my guide here. And I'm just going to put 3 pieces of this wide tape and stick it down. And it's not going to go anywhere. It'll be in there really nice. Now, this won't make it where I can, you know, add one later or what have you. Although, you really could, because you could just tear this out and leave the cardboard in and put another legal pad on top of this piece, and it'll just be sturdier next time. All right, I'm going to go ahead and line this up. Now, I decided to line it to the very edge of my spine. And the reason for that is anything that hung over the edge that wasn't just perfect, I wasn't too worried about that as long as this was nice and straight. And also, this will kind of push that spine up and keep it square. See, with it being right at it, it'll keep it good and square. Yes, there's a gap. I'll show you why. We're putting a pocket in, right? So we need to do that as well. For my pocket, don't worry, measurements will be on the blog post, but this piece I cut in such a way that I could then score the edges 1/2 inch on 3 sides. The reason for that, when I make a pocket, I don't like to just glue it straight down to the page because that takes up some of my space. I'd rather have a little tiny gusset, and that's what we're going to make. So I'm going to score this 1/2 inch in on 3 sides. By the way, this is 6 by 4, just if you're wondering. And so now I end up with this piece that I can use as a pocket. On your paper, you want to pay attention to which side you want your pocket to be facing, because that's the side you're going to put your adhesive. So you're going to put your sticky tape on the right side of the paper, okay? So like if you were sewing the right side of the fabric, we're going to put our tape on the right side, the correct side of the paper. Again, I'm not going all the way to the edge because I'm going to cut away that bulk in the corners. So I'm just going to get my tape all the way around. And then I'm going to miter these corners again. Same thing, about 1/8 of an inch out. Here I don't have to be quite as picky because they just need to touch and not really overlap anything. But now I've got this piece ready to fold to become a pocket. So these flaps now fold in, like so. And then we want to peel this away. I go ahead and peel it all away at one time. You might not want to do that. You might want to wait. But I just go ahead and peel it. And if it'll lay underneath the first one, like this one's doing, I'll go ahead and kind of stick them down. I'll show you what I mean. It's kind of laying under that bottom piece. So I'm just going to go ahead and adhere them together. And I'm not super picky about getting this very, very flat because I do want it to have a little body in the book so that it's easy to slide stuff inside of. So now that I've got it ready, this is made to line up perfectly at the bottom. So I'm going to line this up just right here. It's going to fit just into your inside cover there, and that gives you a book. And see how it's got some body to it? It's easy to put stuff in that way, and you won't have any restriction or any tearing in this edge when you're putting stuff in. Look how cute this is. It's all done but the decorating. Well, let's do it. So on the cover, I've already chosen my paper because I didn't want this video to be forever long, and I know you guys can kind of pick your own paper, but look at this. I love this little purse and perfume and sunglasses, and it's just so cute. So this is going to be the piece that becomes the cover of here. This paper pack, again, has all the cutouts, and you know me, I love my cutouts, so I'm using those cutouts to my advantage, and I'm also using the stickers to my advantage. I didn't pull out a single stamp at this point. On the one you saw earlier, I only used stickers and cutouts and paper. Oops, almost put that on upside down, so pay attention to that. Then we'll place this centered, and I gave you enough in my measurements to give you a little matting all the way around, a little edge. Just like that. And on this edge, I think it's cute to have a little decoration there because it's just kind of an extra edge. So I used this entire strip of sticker on the first one, and I thought it was really cute, but it didn't leave me any for this book. But I had an idea that I want to use. The quote on this sticker won't quite fit on the spine, but this part of the sticker will. So I'm going to show you what I'm thinking. I'm going to trim this away like that. I'm going to trim this one on this end. I'm just making a scallop sticker, so I'm going to use the waste, if that makes sense, because this is what was left behind from the sticker I used on the first book. Let me peel this off and you'll see what I've got. It'll be really cute. So down the edge of this guy, I am going to start in one corner and place this little stripy scallop. Now, if you don't have stickers, you can use your border punches. You can do anything you want. Pull out all your fun stuff here. But you know, when I have a paper pack with stickers, I'm going to use them because that's what they're for, being used. Look how cute that is around that edge. It just kind of dresses it up. And this is a part of the paper pack we would have thrown away. It doesn't have anything to do with the stickers itself. It's just the waste left over from the scallop border. And let me go back to the original, or to my first book, and show you what I did. See, I put the scallop border down and put 2 little flowers on either end with stickers. And then this one, let's bring it up. So now we have this frilly little scallop border using the wasted part. Cool, right? Okay, let's put what's going on the front real quick. So I found this in the cutouts, and I thought it was really cute, but I wanted to mat it with a tiny little strip of black around the edge, so I just cut that to go right around the edge. And this is a quote from Audrey Hepburn. I thought that would be so cute on the front of this cover. And imagine this done in any kind of paper you want. Base it on the person you're giving it to. If you're giving it to a gentleman, you can easily make this masculine. Easily. Even think about using a more masculine pen here. You don't have to use the kind I'm using. There's so many different kinds of pens out there, and you could just use something a little more masculine if you needed. and get such a cool look to give someone. I decided to pop this piece up on foam on the front. That could be a mistake depending on how the person's going to use this. If they're going to slide it in and out of a backpack or a handbag or anything like that. So you might want to think about that in advance. You might not want to have any dimension on the front cover, and I understand, but I don't know who's going to get this, but I feel like it'll probably be one of the girls in the office, and they'll probably use it on their desk or what have you, and so this won't be too bad. And I want this to be kind of at the top, like so. Isn't that cute? Oh, I just love it. I love this paper pack so much. All right, to the inside now. I want to decorate here and here. I've cut some pieces. I've cut a piece for the pocket, and it's this stripe, which was a scrap left over from the first book, and I wanted it to live right here, and I'm going to put stickers on there in just a few minutes. So a little glue. All the paper's pretty. Look at the floral on the back of that one. It's all gorgeous. I didn't cut an extra piece because I want to put this here and I want it to really pop. Isn't that cute? And I'm not going to put it on dimension because it's on the inside. You could mat this piece again if you wanted. You could add more embellishments. It is yours, so you can go crazy. Do all you want to do. Stick this here in the middle. Just like that. That's so cute. Now I'm going to go to the sticker pack and find what I want to put on here. There are so many cute stickers here. You can do anything you want. I think this one's cute that says spoil yourself. You see how that looks here with these colors kind of matching. I think I'm going to put it to an angle like this and then put something else here. Maybe this little handbag, this little black handbag. Let's see how it would look on there. That's cute. I like that one. Maybe it and a pair of sunglasses. These little pink glasses are super cute, aren't they? I love this little paper pack so much. Have I said that already? Okay. And then I like this little banner that says Glamour from the sticker pack. And wouldn't that be cute kind of right here hanging off the bottom of this piece? You can go crazy with this. You can do anything you want. I'm not going to add any stickers to the front. I think this is perfect, but it's another good place if you find some stickers that you really like. You can put them right along here. Like maybe you wanted to put a row of shoes along the edge. You could stick all these shoes down. Anything you want to do. All right, let's talk about the pen really quick. So this pen opens up on this end, and this piece comes out. What I did was I took a piece of the paper that coordinated with my paper pack, and I cut a piece just big enough to circle around and just long enough to go into this section, and I just rolled it up and put it inside there. Now, I did take my bone folder and work the paper good to make it real soft, and then I just slid it down in there. But once it's in there, and I only have one of these pens, so I can't do it again to show you, but that's how that works. Now, I want to show you another thing. While I was at the Dollar General, I picked up some other pens that were colored. These are super cute with little colored tops on them. You could use those. These guys are really cute. They come in all different colors, and they're little click pens, which are perfect for the side of this book. And any of these colors you could use. I think the pink would be cute. I think the black is even cute against there. And this pen is so pretty. Look how it's all fancy here, and it's got kind of the like the little fine felt tip. Now, the only thing you have to remember is you need to measure for your specific pen. You don't want to put a pen that will end up in a funny spot. And see how that one's kind of low? If I did this, I would move it up a little bit when I got to that point. But this little piece kind of catches and it would still work. But I'm going to put that first pen in that I did. Oh, let me show you these. You might want to see how these look. Let's use the black one. So pick the pen that you like, and then when you make the side, look, that one works out perfect like that, so you could use that one easy. Pick the pen you like, and then measure it for where you want on the side, and then you don't have to stress about that. So there is this one completed, and then let's go back to the original one and put its pen in. And even though I use the same paper pack, that's two different looking books you can give to two different people, and they're so easy. They're really fun to do, actually, and I think all my paper pads would work. Again, the only thing I think I really might have done different than what you've seen out there is the cardboard back, but I like that because I feel like you get a little more stability. Like if you just wanted to hold this like this and make a note, the back of it is firm enough to do that, because legal pads don't always have that, especially these ones that I got from the Dollar General, but you might have a legal pad with a super firm back, but I just kind of like it. I think it makes it nice and sturdy and feel very substantial. There you go, guys. I hope that's what you've been looking for. You've been asking me and asking me. Now, here's the thing. You could do the same thing with something like this. You're just going to do your 1-inch measurement, to give yourself some distance, and you'll have to measure for the side here to make sure you get that right. But 1/2 inch is pretty good for just about, like 1/2 inch would be good for that too. Okay, if you want to see the paper pack flip through, stick around. But if not, if you make these, I want to see them over on our Facebook group, which is called Maymay Made It, and so did I. Or on our customer gallery on our website under, if you go to maymaymadeit.com, there's a menu bar. On the menu bar, you'll see the word more. Hover over the word more, and when it drops down, click on customer gallery, and you can see what other folks are making with the supplies that they're getting from our store. Also, be sure to subscribe. And I've done a bunch of Christmas ideas this month. I hope that this is really helping you guys out kind of in a pinch and using what you got in your stash. You don't have to buy new stuff. You know you have stuff in your stash. You could probably make one of these tonight without even going to the store. Thanks so much for watching. If you want to see the paper flip through, stick around for one more second. If not, I'll see you again next time. Okay, let's look at the paper pack. I'm just going to open it up and flip through so you can see it because it is stunning. So the Fashionista pack. And let me open the bottom here. Now the 6x6 is going to look very similar, and the colors in this are going to be the same colors that are in that coordinating pack of paper. They're just double-sided, and they're two colors. Let me show you what I mean by that. The coordinating pack, the pages, like this is one of them. The gold is black on the other side, or it's the two colors I just used where you saw the dark green and the lighter green, or the dark pink and the lighter pink. That's how that coordinating paper goes. So check this out. It's so pretty, y'all. Look at that. I'm going to show you one side and then the other. Look at all these cutouts. So cute. Can you imagine making tags with this for your girlfriends for the whole year? Anytime you had to make a card or a tag for a gift. Look at the high heels. So cute. Dresses. I love this. Here's some more cut aparts. I used this one today, and this one is so pretty. It says, "A smile is the prettiest makeup any girl can wear. Whoever said money doesn't buy happiness doesn't know where to shop." And then you got these that are shoes and the frame and some little ones at the bottom. So cute. And then this is like lipstick or makeup swatches. There's some eyelashes and makeup. That's even a little like beauty blender. Isn't that cute as it can be? Love it. Look at these. More cut aparts. You know I love them. These are perfect for those little pads. Perfect. There's some plaid. There's purses and sunglasses and perfume. This one is like a little cityscape. Oh, so cute. Like you were shopping. This one is some beautiful cut aparts. This would be so cute on the front of one of those albums, wouldn't it? So cute. And then the sticker sheet is here. And I showed you that a little bit in the video. Now I'm going to flip it over and go back through the back side. So here's the second, or the B side. Isn't this beautiful? I just love this paper. And I like that they gave us some smaller patterns on the back too. Sometimes with the 12x12s, you only get the bigger patterns. But I like that we got some of these smaller, busier patterns. Polka dots. Bows. Super cute. Polka dots. I love these. And this little plaid, that probably messes with your eyes. Oh, that one probably messes with your eyes. And then we're back to the beginning. So there you go, guys. That's the Fashionista pack. You guys ask me all the time to flip through the paper packs for you, and I know you want to see them, and that's a good way to do it. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you again next time. Bye-bye.